Howdy, howdy, y'all. Hun, Crazy, Kami, Oddly, Fluff. Good to see y'all. Hope y'all having a good weekend. And let's see, I should be able to bring this up right here. Let's see. Okay. How's it look and sound? This song slaps, by the way. But it is Jam Project, so. Sucker! It is Jam Project, so this is expected. Alright, Super Robot Wars Original Generations. I am a big fan of the original GBA games of Super Robot Wars OG. This is the PS2 version. This is a remake of the two GBA games combined into one. And of course, because it's me, we're picking Kyosuke and Excellin. Because, yes. Kyosuke Nambu and Excellin Browning are the best characters in this game. Because Excellin. Enough said. Because Excellin. We love Excellin. Where am I? Who am I? My name is Aleph? No. It would seem the distress signal wasn't a false reading. Who are you? You must have just merged into this time. I suppose it must be fate. But this is a prime moment to capture you. I hereby shackle you. This time, you will become my puppet. There are those who have stepped forth from the Forbidden Land. They broke the barrier themselves. Now we can meddle freely with that planet. But we must act before the fool Emperor and those inspectors do. It must be we, the Gozo, who hold the final trump card. Carry out your mission, Aleph Balsham. I shall observe from a distance. My brain read inspectors and instantly da 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 Inspector Gadget da 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 da. Episode 1, Divine Wars. New Common Era 179, sector outside Pluto orbit. Give me a damage report. Heavy damage to blocks 4 through 9 as well as the secondary bridge. First and second main cannons are inoperable. And the Giganskuro! The unidentified machines have surrounded and pinned it in place. Hey dudes, this is PS2 actually. It's very early PS2. This is me stress testing because I've never streamed a PS2 game before. Captain, their military strength far exceeds our own. I suggest we retreat. Blast. Can we really do nothing to stop them? Those insectoid weapons of theirs are clearly built with technology more advanced than our own. So, they're alien? That seems likely. Worse yet, we're completely outmanned, and given their numbers and craft sizes, they may have a mothership or mobile fortress nearby. We're in grave danger. Just when mankind finally takes its first step outside the solar system. I understand how you feel, Captain, but I'd advise retreat. If the Hiryu sustains any more damage, we may not make it back to Mars, let alone Earth. We have no choice. Recover the Giganskuro and withdraw from this sector at maximum combat speed. I won't soon forget this disgrace. You've been playing Dragon Quarter on PCSX2? Yeah, that's what I'm using right now. It is the age known as the New Common Era. Nearly 2 centuries have passed since mankind began its advance into space, but the lives of its people have not seen significant change since the dawn of the 21st century. The reason for this falls upon 2 meteors that collided with Earth in the old AD era. The resulting chaos and destruction temporarily halted the advance of all human civilization. This in turn led to the year New Common Era 179, in which a 3rd meteorite, known as Meteor 3, fell on Idoneus Island. The one who investigated Meteor 3, Dr. B.N. Zoldak, declared it to be an artificially crafted object, though he could not ascertain who dropped it on Earth or for what purpose. What gave him this conviction was the fact that Meteor 3 appeared out of nowhere in the L5 sector before falling to Earth. In addition, it was confirmed to have decelerated before landing. Furthermore, upon its inspection by researchers, Meteor 3 was found to contain materials and technology that mankind had never before seen. This was termed Extra Over Technology, or EOT for short. The Terra Federation government formed the EOT Council out of its highest officials, who then appointed Dr. Bien to head the EOTI organization, where EOT research would continue under the strictest secrecy. This is going too fast. Holy shit. He warned the Federation government and the TFF that intelligent extraterrestrial life forms, codenamed Arrowgators, posed a serious threat to humanity. Major General Norman Slay, viewing the situation with great concern, proposed the Earth Spear Defense Plan. This led to the development of the humanoid mobile weapons known as Personal Troopers, weapons capable of fighting against the Arrowgators. Yeah, this game gives you a lot of dump just right off, and then it goes into the smaller character focus. So it doesn't have to dump too much more backstory later. And so, your mission is to test this machine. Lieutenant Colonel, permission to speak.
Let's hear it.
I took a look at the design doc for the Wildrobtier. It's highly unstable during transformation. I think it's far from ready for a live exercise.
A live exercise? Don't be ridiculous. The tanks you'll be dealing with are only loaded with paint rounds. Worst case, the machine will need a good wash once you're done. In fact, you can hose it down yourself.
Live fire isn't my only concern, sir.
Are you refusing my orders, Sergeant Kyosuke Nambu? Well?
No, sir. You ask me to do it, I'll do it. I have no qualms about putting my life on the line. That said, there's danger here whether I evade those paint rounds or not. And with the Wildrobtier so incomplete,
I doubt we'll be able to obtain satisfactory combat data either way. Given all of this, I question the need to rush a valuable new personal trooper like the Wildrobtier into live testing. Just a few misgivings, sir, that's all.
Know-nothing grunts like you need to focus on doing your job instead of standing around mouthing off.
I've heard rumors about what happened to the Gespenst Unit 2 when it was rushed through testing, sir. The machine went missing along with its pilot, or so I was told.
Testing is an essential part of combat effectiveness. If you're questioning their value over a mere rumor, you're more gutless than I thought.
I desperately need a PT capable of securing air superiority, but still.
I've had enough of this. Sergeant Kyosuke Nambu, report to the testing grounds ASAP.
Roger, reporting now.
I'm not a fan of that one. Oh well. He's piloting a defective machine, so I won't have to deal with him for long. A small price to pay for the chance to make Mao Industries owe me big time. You'll make a fine sacrifice, Kyosuke Nambu.
Are you sure about that?
Hans, are we the baddies? Just point out his name is Hans. It's not subtle. Wildrobtier has made a successful takeoff in flyer mode. Target drone placement complete. AI activation confirmed. Condition normal. Hey, Kyosuke, good to go? Ready when you are. Alright, we'll be recording the data on our end. Take it away, Lieutenant Irmgard. The Wildrobtier is our first transforming personal trooper, so don't go too nuts out there. If we have an accident while Commander Locker's away, I'll never hear the end of it. Roger that.
Alright, let's begin. They're all paint rounds anyway, so just do whatever you want.
Roger.
Paint rounds powerful enough to shoot you down, that is.
Alright. Also, we have a crazy skill point condition right away. Destroy all enemies within 2 turns. We'll try. I'm not super concerned about getting all of the skill points in this, but I'm gonna do my best. This game does not pull the punches. Hard to keep this thing balanced. The dev team's based on the moon. Wonder if their sense of gravity is different from ours. Not exactly in my comfort zone, but here goes nothing! Also, this song slaps as Kyosuke's theme. It's amazing. Yeah, so the game does have a dynamic difficulty system based on how many of the skill points you get. So I will be trying to maintain hard mode as best I can. Because I've beaten this game a few times before, I can handle it. But I'm not going to get too bent out of shape. Wait a second, those weren't paint rounds, they're packing heat! This is Sergeant Kyosuke Nambu, Lieutenant Colonel Hans, do you copy? We have an emergency call from the pilot, sir!
Ignore it. That thing's a prototype. Of course it's going to have issues. Kids these days, what a bunch of whiners.
Sir, if I may, I never heard anything about the drones being loaded with live ammo.
And? Am I supposed to give you every report that passes across my desk?
You conniving bastard. What's going on? Guess I'll just have to deal with it.
That scratched me.
返しは痛いぞ。行け。こっちの手札はこれだ。勝負。
God, Steel Beowulf is such a sick theme. I wonder if I need to adjust the audio mixing, maybe turn the voices up a little bit. Alright, thankfully these enemies are quite aggressive, so that's actually helped us get the skill point here, no problem. Yeah, the voice could be a bit louder on Kyosuke there. Once it's my turn again, I'll look into the settings real quick. I think I can adjust the mixing. System. Good display, cursor movement, cursor jump. Music volume. Just the music? Okay. We'll turn the music down just a tick. And we'll see how it works. All right. All right, that seems better balanced. Don't let me know how it sounds on stream, but sounds better, you think? We only got one line from Kyosuke there, so... Skill point obtained. It's time. Well, Sergeant, aren't you the Top Gun? How about testing the emergency transformation sequence next? Say what? What the hell are you trying to pull? You don't have any idea what could happen if that thing transforms right now? Sir, I think I need an explanation. Why were the drones loaded with live ammunition? Shut up and continue the test, or are you chicken, Sergeant Kyosuke Nambu? Roger. Commencing test of the Rob Tears emergency transformation sequence. Something tells me I'm being set up here. All I can do is trust my luck to see me through. Don't do it, Kyosuke! Return to base! Lieutenant, that's insubordination! The hell it is! Are you trying to kill him? I suggest you watch your tone, Lieutenant! Gah. The transformation isn't finishing! Ah!
We have an emergency situation! Will Robbed here is splashed down! Sergeant, come in! Sergeant Kyosuke, do you read me? Oh, how could this be? What a tragedy it is to lose such an exceptional pilot. Mao Industries must be taken to task for this debacle. Lieutenant, have the unit return to the moon as soon as it's recovered. This is all Mao Industries' responsibility. You can tell that old flame of yours Ling when you get there. You snake! Sir! What? Didn't you hear my order? Retrieve the Will Robbed here and... The pilot survived, sir! We just confirmed it!
What? Kyosuke! Kyosuke, do you copy?
Yeah, that bastard has the devil's luck. I'll just have to use the accident as a pretense to have him expelled from the Far East branch. What a pain.
I think I'm in one piece, other than a few of my ribs. It looks like I managed to survive. Again.
As you can see, I've been messing with the... You're not in One Piece, you're in Super Robot Wars. But the One Piece is real! Oh, okay. Not much we can do during intermissions for now. The CG cutscenes are running well too, so that's a relief. I was worried it might be a little intensive on top of streaming. Obviously they work fine on playing it on its own, but... eating extra CPU and all that. We're moving to the North American branch at Langley Base.
There you are. Excuse me, I'm Second Lieutenant Kyosuke Nambu. I've been assigned to the TFF North American branch base as of today. You can spare me the formalities. I'm Greg Pastral, the commander here. I heard what happened to you. Real disaster, that?
No, sir. As pilot, I was responsible for the loss of the unit.
Personally, I'd question the one who gave the order for the mission to start with.
And to top it off, they gave him a special promotion as an excuse to kick him to the curb. I can't see Locker being behind this. The one who cooked this up has got to be his subordinate, Hans Viper.
Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. Anyway, your next deployment will be in...
Excuse me!
Hmm? What is it, Lieutenant? I thought I told you I'd send him to meet you once we were finished.
Come on, you can't tell me a new boy's coming and expect me not to check him out.
Good grief. What the...
So, this is him, right? Not bad.
Hans Viper being a snake makes so much sense.
Hey, pardon me, but have we met before?
Have we now?
I can't put my finger on it, but I could swear.
You pass!
Hmm?
Well, Commander, he'll be under me from now on. No, not like that, okay? I just don't feel like we've gotten to know each other enough for that just yet.
Howdy, Bat. Only in a different timeline.
I sure hope not, considering you've barely known him for a minute. But fine, take care of him. Excuse me, Commander, but what have I just been signed up for? You're forming a team with Excellent Browning here. She's the same rank as you, Second Lieutenant.
Nice to meet you, Stud Muffin. Oh, right, Commander. The boss said to put the new guy through the ringer to see if he's any good.
Again? Fine, but tell him to try not to send the newbie back in tears like the last time.
Roger! Getting excited.
Oh yeah, Kami, Excelin is very down bad. All the time. It's kind of her thing. And she does think Kyosuke is, as she just so eloquently put it, a stud muffin. We have an old joke in some of my older circles. Hashtag never change, Excelin. I'm lost. What in the world is going on? And who is this Excelin Browning? You signed up to punch. Episode 2, A New Beginning. Can't say I expected to be sent out on a training mission the second I got here.
Sorry about that, but the boss always pulls this.
Boss, you're going completely over my head, Lieutenant.
Can you quit calling me by rank already? It really kills the mood.
The mood? Roger that, Excelin. Is that okay?
Wow! I thought you'd be one of those moody, brooding types, but you know how to play along.
Brooding? I take it you're ready, newbie? Huh, what the?
Well, so much for that.
If you've got time to talk, you've got time to drill! Ah, I get it now.
Kyosuke, my bad for skimping on the explanation, but...
Listen up! The targets are armed with live ammo, so you better destroy them all if you want to get back in one piece.
Whoa, whoa, hang on, boss. I'm trying to tell you...
Talk is cheap! Begin your attack!
Anyway, Kyosuke, that guy's Major Sengosambold, and...
My superior, right? I'd rather focus on the enemies headed our way, so save it for later.
Wow!
This Gespenst isn't all bad. And neither are guys like him. Now let's go.
Looks like this boy will get along great with the boss. And maybe with me, too.
Alright. Simple skill point, destroy all enemies in 4 turns. We get Kyosuke and Excelin in Gespenst. Get ready to see a lot of these things. This is the EFF's mass production unit at the moment. Excelin, less flirt, more fight. Nah. She's got time for both. She always makes time for both. It's their Zaku, yeah? Or since we're the Terra Federation, maybe it'd be more accurate to say it's their gym.
Hey, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Is it really your fault that your prototype fighter got wrecked?
It may have been defected, but the fact remains that I failed to master piloting it. I won't make any excuses.
You're more like the boss than I thought.
This is a battle, not a tea party! Save the chit-chat for when you shoot something down! I'd consider myself to be a little more empathetic.
No argument there. How about we get this place cleaned up?
I will send you to Jesus.
I will send you to Jesus. That is Sengar right now. He will send you to Jesus. He doesn't give a fuck. Boss needs to meet Uncle Iroh and sit down for some nice jasmine tea. Yeah, Hans did try to send Kyosuke to Jesus there. We love excelling in this house. Senger just doesn't half-ass anything. Wow! The AI noise. Wow. Excellent.
What's up?
What are you hiding? What do you and that boss of yours, Major Senger, want to use me for?
Wow! I mean, whatever are you talking about?
Ugh.
Come on, we're on duty here, so we gotta focus.
This Kyosuke Nambu's more skilled than I expected. He's got a sharp intuition. He's quick to adapt to changes. Excellent's judgment was spot on, as usual. Those two might have what it takes to handle the Project ATX machines. Aw, yeah, the ATX machines. We'll get to that. Time for one of the best things that Gespenst can do. Falcon! Pa! Woo! Shit to Magnum!
Wow!
I can't get that high anymore. I used to be able to do that. I haven't been stretching my vocal range as much. Okay. AI. Yeah, Kyosuke prefers to just get up in your face and PONG! Also, Kyosuke has counter and he will activate it often. You played Fire Emblem, it's Vantage. Hit first on enemy phase. Pretty reliable for that. I can't get over that excelling wow.
Good English.
これぞエスケープゲッシー。
Escape Gatsby!
いい女に手を出すっていうのにはリスクがつきものよ。
Gatsby on the run. English! Excellent uses a lot of it. Jess-chan! She is Japanese blonde. She is a blonde bombshell and they lean into that characterization. And we love her for that. Alright, turn 4 and we should have no problem finishing these off. I can't do anything about the sound effects being, for missiles and stuff, being loud as shit. But it does seem like the voices and the music are better mixed now. I gotta say about the designs of the machine guns on the Gatsbys too. It's interesting because on the GBA games they went through a pretty drastic design change between OG1 and OG2, and this reboot seems to go for a middle ground between the two designs. It's interesting. Personally, I thought the OG1 design looked a lot better, but this middle ground design is pretty good too. That settles that.
Wow, not bad. You got it a bit closer than I expected, though.
This machine's tuned pretty well, at least for this. Alright, drill's over. Roger, Major. Or should I call you boss? Call me whatever you like.
Oh, I got one for him. How about honcho? Did you know that's a Japanese word?
It's not bad. Seriously? Honcho. Phew.
Good work out there. So, what do you have first? Dinner? A hot bath?
Let's start with writing my report. お風呂にするご飯にする
Oh, well, the boss picked a perfect time to show up.
There you two are. Major Senger. I don't care if you call me Honcho, you know. I can't tell if he's being serious. Lieutenant Kyosuke, I'm assigning you to test pilot a prototype machine developed by Project ATX. I guess we're done beating around the bush. So, what's this Project ATX? I think he wants to be called Honcho. I think he liked it. It's a project centered around the development of assault-oriented humanoid mobile weapons here at Langley Base. In that case, the unit you're giving me is the prototype of the mass-produced personal trooper that will succeed the Gespenst Mark II. You're half correct. Project ATX also conducts tests on other units entrusted to it.
Totally! Trust me, I guarantee your jaw's gonna hit the floor when you see the boss's machine, or your money back.
What money? That said, doesn't sound like your typical R&D. Is there some kind of ulterior motive here?
Wow, aren't you a sharp one?
You're quick on the uptake, Lieutenant Kyosuke. Put simply, Project ATX was created to stand up against the menace currently encroaching upon Earth. That's a bit unsettling. Is he talking about the organization I think he is? Water. However, the Federation government and the TFF's top brass are far too short-sighted to perceive the threat they pose. That's why we need to change the status quo. No, to train a force capable of reacting quickly to any threat.
And you, Kyosuke, are the team's long-awaited final member. Welcome aboard, number 4.
I'm the 4th one?
Yeah, the ATX team's got one more member.
ATX team? It's our unit's name. Allow me to formally welcome you to it, Lieutenant Kyosuke Nambu. Thanks for having me.
Hi, Yue. How you doing? If there's anything you want to know, just come ask me. You can start with my measurements.
Oh, brother. I don't know where this'll take me, but at least I know I won't be bored on the way. Exhausted? That's fair. Alright, we're chugging right along here. The first few chapters are always a quick affair. One foot is tingling and one leg gave out, so it's been an adventure. Oof. Hope you can get some rest. That. Today makes 2 weeks since you arrived. Are you getting used to things here? Yes, I'm adjusting nicely. The machines are holding up nicely too. We've got a certain overcritical someone to thank for that. How should I put it?
Commander?
Speak of the devil. What is it, Dr. Radham?
Lieutenant Brooklyn should have been back from Florida by now. What's going on with him? He's 12 hours behind schedule at this point, a whole half day.
Easy there, Doctor. That schedule was drawn up a month ago. Don't you have better things to get riled up over?
This is directly delaying the completion of my 2 machines. As a matter of fact, no, I don't have better things to get riled up over.
Fine, fine. I'll put in a call to Lieutenant Brooklyn. I've been looking forward to those 2 machines, too. Especially the all-time...
Stop right there. The official name is the Gespenst Mark III. I never approved of that insipid code name. In fact...
Okay, point taken. At any rate, I have high hopes for the PTs that will back up the Type 0.
Then if you could please try to keep them from getting delayed any further...
Sorry, Lieutenant. That was Dr. Marion Radham, Project ATX's head of development. I see. Going by that intimidating presence of hers, I'd say...
Forgot to ask you something.
You're
Second Lieutenant Kyosuke Nambu, yes?
Yes, ma'am. What of it?
Your mech's attrition rate is far too high. Would you mind cutting down on all that close combat you do? I'll point out that the mass-produced Mark II is based off of the Type R prototype. You can load it up with all the melee weaponry in the world, and it still won't accomplish as much at close range.
Dr. Radham, let me stop you there. The command room isn't really the place for this.
Understood. Well then, Lieutenant, please come and see me later.
Commander. The ladies here sure are high-spirited, aren't they? You'd better keep up. Roger that.
I can tell why Lieutenant Kyosuke's attrition rate is so high, and it's not a lack of piloting experience. His mechs just can't keep up with him. We've gotten ourselves one hell of a pilot with him. Maybe he'd be up to the challenge of handling my Mark III.
Are you thinking about something? Careful, your face might get stuck that way.
Only one man is rude enough to talk to me that way. Let me guess. Rishu Togo? Have you finished the motion input for the Zankanto? If you say you haven't,
you don't have to finish your thought, I get it. For what it's worth, it can swing a sword now.
For what it's worth?
Oh there! Good grief, you should let an old man finish before you tear into him. Stick a sword on it and it'll do fine. Even in the shape it's in, it's packing enough destructive power to fit the bill.
So you're telling me it'll be fine even when it can't get full use out of the Zankanto?
Indeed. There is a saying. A sword belongs in its sheath.
So don't draw your sword? Oh, brother. Trying to understand your logic is giving me a headache.
How about do not expect there to be follow-up slash? If I were to spell it out in crayon for you. Cut or be cut. You must be prepared to kill with a single strike.
You can leave those tired old concepts to the Far East branch and their Project SRX.
What are you talking about? I don't see any difference between their stuff and the two machines you're working on.
Excuse me? I have no intention of relying on shady tech like EOT.
Yeah, they mentioned it in the opening, but extra over technology. Advanced alien tech by analyzing Meteor 3. Due to the EOT Council's strict control of access, however, the widespread effects of these technological gains have yet to be seen in regular society.
And the pilot, Major Senger, how are his preparations coming along?
Superbly. Under my guidance, his skill with the sword is increasing every single day.
He better show results or you'll bring shame to the Jigen Styles name, not to mention your own.
I get it. Good gracious. I have an easier time crossing swords with Senger and Bullet than dealing with you.
A distress signal? Yes, it seems a transport plane that took off from Florida has come under pursuit from bugs. No, unidentified units. Bugs? Is that a code name for something?
Boss? Would this transport happen to be Bullet's T3?
That's right.
Bullet? Would that be our other member, Second Lieutenant Brooklyn Luckfield?
Got it in one. How can a boy so young also be so slow?
Something tells me this wasn't his fault.
I'll launch in the Type 0. You guys get the Gespenst Mark IIs you used during practice and come with me.
The Type 0? Is that a new model?
The Grungest Type 0. It's a unique humanoid mobile weapon prototype created by the Tesla Reich Institute.
Unique? It's not a personal trooper?
No, well, it's more of what people call a super robot.
I haven't seen it in the hangar.
Yeah, it's way different from ours in terms of maintenance and stuff, so they keep it in an underground hangar and do work underground like.
Anyway, your eyes are gonna pop out of your head when you see it. I can't wait.
Enough chit-chat. We're launching immediately. Roger.
Tired of using rocks for everything? Try metal! It's underground. It's underground. Those things are still coming after us? Lieutenant Brooklyn, we can't shake them! Looks like I'd better be ready for the worst. This is Assault 3! I'll engage the enemy units in this area. T3, please escape immediately. Roger! Alright, skill point, destroy all enemies before Tassenfussler reaches the west end of the map. So we're covering the Tassenfussler while it runs away. Sonic Underground! Okay. Go! God, the music in these games slaps. Sonic Underground is a deep cut. I remember watching some of it back in the day. Yeah, I enjoyed Sonic Underground. It was a decent show. Jeez, the split missiles are mixed so loud. All right, time for cool shit. I don't think they're ready for this. Tealing Clipper! That thing is so cool. The audio balancing on the screen does not seem the best. It's like the voices are mixed so low, and I can turn down the music so it doesn't overpower them so much, but I can't do anything about the sound effects. Play X7, you know what bad sound makes that. YouTube! Yeah. Bullet here in his silver dispense because it's the T-Link test unit. Because Bullet has telekinesis. He's basically a new type from Gundam, but legally distinct new type. The music in this game slaps so good. Yeah. The name I think they were officially given later was Psycho Drivers, but they're basically new types. Just one unit here, I'll hit my limits soon. There has to be something I can do. Ah! Oh no, the transport!
The Grungus Type 0 has arrived!
Whoa, that's Commander Senger's mech!
You're wide open!
Oh, you're not ready for this?
Here we go! I am Senga Sumbled, the sword that cleaves evil! Warani Tatenu Mononas! There is nothing I cannot cut!
Wow, opening with your trump card? Don't you normally save those for emergencies?
A fine sword, one that cuts clean. I owe Rishu Sensei my thanks.
Holy crap, he's swinging that ginormous sword around like it's nothing.
First strike wins, one shot, one kill, huh? I can see that Project ATX is no ordinary project. Commander Senger! That was a weak showing, Brooklyn. Cut before you are cut down. Have you forgotten your teachings?
Sorry, sir. There were too many enemies. Hey, no excuses. Don't they say that samurai should be ready to rock?
Who's in trouble here? Anyway, it's not ready to rock, it's vigilant as a hawk!
Ooh, the Japan fanboy corrects me. We got a voice of authority over here.
It's solid as a rock. Really? Wait, who's this? He's the ATXT's new member, 2nd Lieutenant Kyosuke Nambu. So we finally found a 4th member? Nice to meet you. I'll be counting on you, Brooklyn.
Roger, you can call me Bullet, Lieutenant Kyosuke.
Alright, we'll cover the Tausenfussler until it escapes. All units, stay sharp.
Understood. Aye.
Roger. Just what is that enemy? It's not like any fighter jet or personal trooper I've ever seen. Is it a new model of mobile weapon developed by the EOTI organization? A new enemy shows up at the same time a new member does. That's a little disturbing.
Yeah, because the Terra Federation has made the incredibly smart decision of keeping knowledge of the alien threat from the general public. Yeah! The exact opposite of Super Earth.
But yes, Senga Zombold, or Zonvolt, and his fucking giant super robot with a giant sword. He is amazing. And he has an amazing theme song. And here comes the giant beast! Here we go.
That song's so good.
Singer is like, I am the hype! he is indeed the hype.
Okay, let's see. Next level 165. Next level 449. 149. Okay.
So he is the Vegeta of the game. I am the hype!
Not entirely wrong. Never change, Excellent. I mentioned that that hash earlier. Bat knows about that. Hashtag never change, Excellent. Also voiced by Yuko Mizutani. Rest in peace. Amazing performance. Also the voice of Bulma, yeah. Great actress. The world is less without her. I was actually in the middle of a playthrough of the GBA versions when she died in 2016, I think. It was like my 4th or 5th playthrough, but, you know. Looks like that was the last one!
T3 to Assault 1, we're now leaving this airspace! Roger that. Whew, one less thing to worry about, right, Commander Senger? Don't get careless, Brooklyn. The battle isn't over yet.
Ooh, another tour group to show around. They move surprisingly fast, don't they?
I don't get it. Does this mean they weren't after the transport? They're here to investigate my Type 0, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, I'll leave the rest to you all. Wait, what?
Wait, boss, how about an explanation?
Enough talk! No returning to base until all enemy units have been dispatched. Consider this your new assignment.
Hey, we're not on a picnic here! Come on, Kyosuke, say something!
It's a pretty decent first training exercise for the team. I think our chat's getting cut short. We've got incoming. Now then, let's do it.
More mooks to destroy. And Senger's like, they're here to look at my unit, so I'm just gonna dip. Fun fact, Gespenst is a German word meaning ghost. Or phantom. There's even a forest in Germany, I believe, called the Gespensterwald because it's real spooky and shit. Seen pictures of it, it really does look spooky as hell. Only forest I've ever seen that's blue. But yeah, you'll notice German is a common theme among the naming schemes in the OG series. It's kind of their thing. Falcon! Pah! Killer Man, Sky Mantis fist. Yeah, I mentioned before I was a fan of the GBA versions for years, and seeing this reboot actually be in English now and just getting to fully experience it is incredible. Because the full translation for this only came out a couple years ago at this point. As we say around here, I dig giant robots, you dig giant robots, we dig giant robots, chicks dig giant robots.
Whew! Bullet, any enemies left?
Not that I can see. That was one hell of a combat exercise. Yeah, our commander does pretty much everything spur of the moment.
Girls hate pushy guys, you know.
Being hated by girls is a small price to pay if it means winning battles. Damn, Kyosuke, don't repel maidens too hard.
Wow, talk about unhealthy logic. Guys and girls are supposed to be like...
Now that Lieutenant Kyosuke showed up, hopefully this means Lieutenant Excellin will stop giving me a hard time. Good luck, Bullet. She can definitely handle two guys at once. Anyway. Still on the fence about giant robots there. Great work out there. Looks like they work well as a team. Naturally, I wouldn't have selected members that couldn't make it through a fight like that. That's so. Looks like I was right to put you in charge of the ATX team. Then again, you were one of the aggressor's founding members. Please keep that to yourself. I haven't told Kyosuke, Excellin, or Brooklyn anything about my past. I see. Moving on, Commander. About the Aerogators. Reports say there's been a higher frequency of scout sightings in certain areas lately. Yes, I've seen that report. Certain areas of North America, Southern Europe, the Far East, and the Marquesas Islands, yes? The common thread is they're all places where anti-Aerogator weaponry is being researched or developed. It's possible that they were there to investigate those two new units, or the Grungus Type 0. It's hard to imagine their intelligence gathering extends that far. You sure you're not just reading too much into it? In any event, the day when the Aerogators begin a full-blown mobilization isn't far off. Well, the cargo we've been waiting for has finally arrived. Commence testing immediately. Yes, sir.
Ah, that's much better. Oh hey, Kyosuke hasn't come back yet?
Looks like he's been caught by Dr. Radham. I don't think he'll be coming back anytime soon.
Uh-oh. Maybe he's getting in trouble for that resting deadpan face of his.
Somehow I doubt that. I heard something about some new machine. Maybe it's got something to do with that. By the way, Lieutenant...
New model, huh? What?
Could you please stop wandering around in a bath towel? It's hard for me to face you and talk.
Oh, really? Come on, it can't be that hard to face me. See? Was that a cat I just heard?
Hey, don't get right up in my face! What if someone else saw us like this? I'm back. ATX team, meet up at the hang... Lieutenant Kyosuke! No, Lieutenant Excellin was just... Ooh, this is getting complicated.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. As you were.
Wait, what? Oh, come on, you're not supposed to just write it off. Hold on, Kyosuke.
Well, looks like we're supposed to go meet up.
Roger. Jeez, and I just had a nice bath, too.
At least it wasn't one of Callie's. Yeah, the legally distinct new type thing is interesting too, and part of the reason I always liked Kyosuke's route better is because he's not one, and neither is Excelin, and I prefer that. Ryusei, on the other route, gets to be the cool protagonist who has the new type powers and gets his sick psychic mech. And Kyosuke's just like, I just hit things really hard. Excellent voiced by Callie, real Grim Reaper vibe. Yeah.
Oh, come on, you're not supposed to write it off.
We need a different plan of attack. I have a plan. Attack! Just break through. That's Kyosuke's way of handling problematic situations. Just break through. Kyosuke out of 10. We love Kyosuke for it. Just wreck shit. He would get along so well with Simone and Kamina in Gurren Lagann. He would just be like, I like these guys. If there's a wall in our way, we smash it down. If there isn't a path, we carve one ourselves. The magma of his soul does not burn with a mighty flame, but he appreciates the never say die attitude. Simone seems like a total bro, he is. Or you can just break the sound barrier when he yells. His yell. Otaka! Mike shorts, peaks, crackles, gives up. Otaka! God, Tekkaman Blade is a trip. Can't you make this thing go any faster? I'm trying, but they're reacting too fast. I can't shake them off in a transport plane. What happened to our escort fighters? They've all been shot down. Yeah. Is this it for Jonathan Kazuhara? Humans live but fleeting lives after all. You know what? On second thought, I don't want to die. Three guesses who he's related to, because we have met a relative of his already.
An emergency sortie? Yes, Dr. Kazuhara's transport plane came under attack by unidentified units en route from the Tesla lab. They're getting close to us, but they're not likely to hold out long enough to get in range of our base's anti-air emplacements. This is a golden opportunity. Pardon? Lieutenant Kyosuke, can you spare a second?
What is it? Just got orders to sortie.
It's about that. I want you to pilot the you-know-what.
Wait, the Altyson? Seriously?
You mean the Gespenst Mark III. Hey, you know that name only gets approved after it passes military trials. Besides which, from what I hear, the Hookbein Mark II is the running favorite for their next mainline unit. Excuse me? My Mark III won't be outdone by some lousy follow-up to a failure. Personally, I'm not a fan of either. Anyway, the Gespenst Mark III is already fully outfitted for live combat.
So what you're saying is you want me to test it during our battle?
Correct. And don't be afraid to run it through the ringer. Wait a minute! The Alt is just a newborn baby at this point! I said it's the Gespenst Mark III. Fine. Whatever it is, its concept is too extreme. It needs some serious fine-tuning. You're the one that came up with that huge steak knife on the Type 0. Do you have any room to talk? Excuse me? Steak knife? Are you mocking the soul of a warrior?
Consultant Rishu, believe me, I'm used to piloting poorly tuned units. And besides, I have a personal interest in the Alt.
At least someone here has an eye for quality.
You don't see mechs this absurd looking every day.
Absurd?
Pardon me, ma'am.
He's right, you know. The Alt's pile bunker is especially impractical in a real fight. A real warrior would only need one swing of the sword. Ridiculous. We're in the new common era, not the warring states period.
The revolver stake works basically the same as the jet magnum. Shouldn't be any trouble.
Well, if that's your opinion, then...
You getting a cold, Excellin?
I got a serious case of bath chills. Wait, what are you doing here? We're launching.
We're just waiting on you, Lieutenant. Could you hurry up? Roger that. I'm taking the new model out. The new model? Are you sure about this, Lieutenant? You're more experienced with the Mark II.
It's still a Gespenst, you know. Besides, I'll be joining you. What? Hold on now, Marion. Nobody likes people who don't act their age. My age? How rude.
Excellin, I need another minute.
Hey, something happens to Dr. Kazuhara, he's gonna haunt you, you know. And he'll bring Lady Ghost with him.
I know. I'll roll out as soon as the Alt's ready to go.
Oh, then why don't you take some of our spare weaponry with you, too? We don't know what kind of enemies we're facing.
Roger that.
Cold metal knife obtained. Double machine guns obtains. M13 shotgun. Shot the gun.
Episode 4, Steel Beowulf. Here we go.
Heavy machine gun.
It's the same machine guns the Gespenst were already equipped with. Is there a relief squad coming? I just got word, sir. The ATX team out of Langley Bait is en route to us. Senger's squad, huh? Okay, hold out a little longer. Fall back, Tenzin. We can't let the Federation know about your machine yet. Would you quit with the whining? It's too late for that. What? Besides, soon people all around the world will know about us. Don't sweat the small stuff. How dare you! I'll report this to the higher-ups. Sure, try me. You know I report directly to Old Man Adler, right? If anyone gets sacked, it'll be you. Ha! If you get it, then hurry up and down that transport. I want that loot. Wait a minute. Is that mech an armored module? Looks like the rumors of the EOTI organization militarizing and plotting a revolt are true. In that case, I can guess their reason for wanting this cargo. Alright, Victory Towson Fussler survives. Skill point, destroy all enemies in 5 turns. The Towson Fussler can defend itself, but don't expect too much from it. The pilot does come with vigor, so that's something. But yeah, it's a transport. Don't expect too much. And yeah, we got Tenzin Nakajima. He's more prominent on the other route, but he'll make plenty of showing here too. Also, the F-32 Schwert. This plane will be funny later. For now, it's just a moot plane that we'll see a lot of. I'm gonna head out? Alright, night, Oddity. Thanks for stopping by. We'll probably call it after this map. This has been a good test. Everything seems to have worked well. Planes in these games are funny. They're hysterical. Even endgame worthy if you really want to meme it up. Oh yeah! The Schwert in particular has some pretty funny strats with endgame. Though that's more of an OG2 thing for the most part. Let's see, a max of 8,000, 30% is 2,400. So I'll wait a bit on that. Planes could be damn near untouchable if piloted by the right people and upgraded right, yeah. They will never be huge damage dealers, but with the right upgrading and pilots, there's some pretty silly strats you can do. And there's more to them than just the evasion. Although that is a big part of it. I'll talk about it more later. When we have, yeah. Yeah, when we have some planes for ourselves. Because we will get our own planes to deploy later. The Towson Fussler is pretty chunky, so it at least survives. It's just not gonna hit back especially hard because transport. What's wrong with you guys? It's just a transport. Hurry up and drop it already. Where's Sengar and his team? If this keeps up, our cargo will be... here.
The undefeated of the East, West, South, North, and Center. I will become Super Asia and be champion of all.
Behold the All Tyson. Did we make it? Oh, we've got ads! And a type I don't have data on, too. I didn't think the Federation had anything but Gespenst. Is the Red Rhino Beetle a secret character or something? The Red Rhino Beetle. Is that PT what I think it is? Excellent! Brooklyn, we're going! Commander, in the transport there's an M13 shotgun and a cold metal knife. Is it okay if we use them? Go ahead if you think you'll need them. Sir!
Oh, wow, they've even got a repair module here. Maybe we should take it just in case.
Alright. Saloon, you take that shotgun. And bullet. Knife. Tenzin is the most delusional and out-of-touch character in the entire emoji. Oh yeah, that's the point. Like a Spence Mark III. It's in fine form. Whoa, you're throwing that defective thing into battle? Are you insane?
Defective? I'll have you know the Mark III is perfectly... hello?
Assault 1 to all units. Provide cover for Dr. Kazuhara's transport plane and intercept those unknown units. Assault 4, roger. Lieutenant Kyosuke, are you holding up okay? It feels similar to the Gespenst. Not bad at all. It's a little heavy on the horsepower, but I'll just have to get used to that. Be careful, there's an armored module with the enemy forces.
That's ridiculous. Those aren't even...
No. From what I've seen, the EOTI organization already has them at the point of mass production. These guys are serious.
Perfect opponents for my Mark III and Mark II custom.
Whoa there! Holy crap, a rare encounter with a new model! Today must be my lucky day! I was getting tired of simulator training anyway. Time for a real battle game! Did you say battle game?
Is this where we say that battles are no games? Or do we say that if you die in the game, you die in real life? Got a cool line for us, Kyosuke?
I can feel a slight tug when I rev it, but I can get used to that. Nothing for it but to try.
Hey, are you even listening?
I don't care, just let him run his mouth. Man, what a buzzkill! I hate guys who don't pay attention to the vibe. I said I don't care. If the buzz is that important to you, then stay in your room and play video games or something. And then nobody would spoil it for you. You'd have time all to yourself to enjoy as you see fit. Dang, man, you've got attitude. I like that main character act you've got going on. Too bad you don't get plot armor out here in the real world. Think I got a grip on this, but I won't be sure until I try it. Alright, here goes nothing, Alt. Hey, jerk, you just put me on ignore! Pepsi for TV game. Got a cool line for us? Pepsi for TV game. I'll have to send Bullet over there, I guess, to intercept those spats on turn 5. A real bind. Are you ready for the revolver stake? Revolver stake! I love the Alt Tyson. They put a pile bunker on a mech. They put a pile bunker on a mech. Look at this thing's right arm. God, this thing is so cool, dude. Love the Alt Tyson. So sick. The other comes later, yeah. Look at the punch! It's a boost knuckle here, but rocket punch. We all know what it is. Love you, Mazinger Z. These puny planes can't even touch the Grungus. Barely scuff the paint. The Hyper Blaster. Melee attack, by the way. Yeah, melee attack. Melee attack. Because Grungust, don't question it. These missiles have got to hit sometime.
Blech. But it's a laser tank. Don't care! Even a laser cannon can be a melee weapon if you use it like one. And Senger uses everything like a melee weapon. Nice hit! There's like 40% or something. Nice hit, Transport. We got a Tausendfussler kill! Let's go, buddy! God, look at this mech, dude! This thing is so cool! It really is a big red rhinoceros beetle. Tenzin was onto something with that. Okay, we have to see this once. Oh! Melee attack, by the way. It's Kenshiro in the form of a robot. Oh, don't worry. We'll get to Kenshiro the robot in OG2. Yeah, balls on your face. Balls on your face. Balls on your face. They must be fans of Imagine Dragons, because now they don't have to imagine me dragging these nuts across their face. Yeah, nothing can match the power of my balls. Thanks, YTP for that. We've reached that part of the stream. There's a reason we're finna end after this map. I can't keep a train. I can't hold a train of thought anymore. That's how you know. Tenzin. Now let's have some fun! It's a game with our lives on the line! You gotta be kidding! Just what do you think a battle is? Dude, I literally just said it was a game! And this one's way more of a rush than Burning PT! Yeah, I'm not gonna lose to someone like you! But yeah, don't worry.
When we get to the OG2 half of the reboot, we'll get to Kenshiro in robot form. He's the embodiment of no in real life. When you see a box like this, that's loot. Move one of your units onto it. I believe they're auto-collected at the end of battle if you don't grab them. But I also believe enemies can steal them, so... Best to snap it up first opportunity you get. Repair kit obtained. Oh, this Gespen's got a young lady pilot, huh?
Hello, kiddo. Instead of playing games all the time, how about playing with me?
No thanks. IRL dating's way more trouble than it's worth.
Wow, kids these days, am I right?
Wow, すんごくいい距離よ。
Yep, he's one of those people. Tenzin's Nani. Yeah. Nani? Can smell the body pillows from here. Hey, jerk, you pissed me off with that zing back there. Don't blame me. Weren't you gonna have fun with this? I hate it when people no-sell me. Oh, I'm sorry. Why don't you run on home? Here, I'll give you a hand. Except for one fatal distinction. He's the type of person who will use the lag switch. Oh man, game over, huh? Guess I played around too much. Oh well, it was a test type, so what can you do? I'm getting hungry. Late. Okay, we got 3 Schwerts over here, so we should be fine for the skill point. Tenzin wants the salty run back. He wants it. That reminds me of the shit that happened in Hunt today where I ambushed a player. Oh, you're gonna stay down there, you pussy bitch. Even better, he's a one and done. But yeah, so I ambush this team that's pushing me at the lair, right? They climb up the ladder and I just hunting bow. Think Lamau. And his teammate starts shooting at me from below. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take a precaution here. And so I throw a hive bomb down onto the body, because I can't get to the body to burn it or anything, but I can throw a hive bomb down. So I throw a hive bomb down onto the body to, like, prevent a revive, right? But the dude's already, like, rotating around the compound, and he comes upstairs to fight me, and I whiff, and he gets me, right? And then he immediately goes out to go get the revive, apparently not realizing that I put the bees there. So he drops down next to his teammate's body and just immediately gets swarmed by the bees and starts swatting them, and it ends up, like, I guess accidentally going up the ladder instead. So he just dies to the bees. But at a point, to his credit, he did successfully get his teammate up before that. So his teammate goes up there and is like, "You dumbass," and revives him. And he immediately walks into a hole and dies to fall damage again, and red skulls himself. And his teammate didn't even revive him. Went in, grabbed the bounty, didn't even revive him. Just left. He was like, "You fucking idiot." It was pretty funny. That's why even when you lose in Hunt, you always spectate for a little bit, just to see what might happen. But the part that was so funny to me was his teammate just giving up and leaving. It's like, ugh. Very much heady energy. I feel a little bad for the dude because, like, his teammate could have Red Skull rezzed him with the bounty token. Yeah, I've seen Spectator Bingo, yeah, in Hunt. You just throw a dynamite at your feet immediately to die and go into Spectate and see what people do. Yeah, I feel kind of bad for the guy, because his teammate could have Red Skull rezzed him. He didn't really encounter any more resistance on the way to extract, because there was only a few people left at that point. But, like, he also had, this guy had 2 chances where he would not have died if he'd paid attention better. So I can also understand the teammate's frustration and just saying, like, later, I'm extracting by myself. Like, you... It's over, huh? I really ran this thing into the ground.
Magnificent! Truly magnificent, Lieutenant Kyosuke! You took my ground combat Mark III and held your own against aerial fighters in it. Oh boy! Here I was worried about what she'd do if it wasn't up to snuff.
Looks like the All-Tyson was built for my style. If there's any problem with it, it's the skill bar required to use it.
Problem? What problem? I'll bet the Mark III would jump for joy if it could. In fact, I'd bet money on it. Hey, I hate to rain on your parade, but what about Dr. Kazuhara?
What about him? Forget Dr. Kazuhara. I need to think up some new configurations for the Mark III.
I don't deserve that.
She's always so harsh. She's pretty much tough as scales, huh?
I think you mean rails, Lieutenant. It's nails. Anyway, that squad wasn't their main force, and I had a hard enough time dispatching them. Hey, don't blame that on yourself or your machine. The enemy's AM, armored module. It's an aerial combat model humanoid mobile weapon. It's an uphill battle fighting them with ground combat model PTs. Literally. However, do you have some countermeasure? Luckily, the answer to that is the cargo I'm carrying.
Your cargo? Is it the drive?
Yep, my lab's been working on miniaturizing them. I'll guess that they're either talking about a powerful anti-air weapon or a device that enables flight. But I'd rather master using the ult without relying on things like that.
We're gonna get to water, Kyosuke, and there it's either a water jet or the Tesla drive. Pick one.
Let me get this straight. An armored module, something that hasn't officially left the testing phase yet. And the F-32 Schwert, a unit that is yet to be deployed for real combat in the TFF. I'd say this is proof that Dr. B and Zoldok's EOTI organization is plotting a revolt against the Federation. Word has it the Far East branch has fought against an identical squadron. The situation is changing faster than we predicted. Indeed. But really, what in the world could Dr. Bien be thinking? The very man that warned us about the impending threat against the Earth to start with. The EOTI organization has been analyzing the super technology from Meteor 3, the meteor that fell to Idoneus Island. If they've put the armored modules like the one we fought into mass production already, then the TFF as it is now may not stand much of a chance.
Speaking of which, water jet. And you guessed it. What's going on, my boy? And some armor. But yeah, I think that is gonna be a good old call for this stream. I want to thank y'all for coming out. For the late test stream. I'm gonna cut the YouTube VOD. Thank y'all who came out to watch there. The VOD will remain